Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series. My name is Ram Mohan. In this video, I am going to discuss in detail the quantitative aptitude part of SSC CGL Tier 1 examination held in August 2015. I hope this will help you to understand the pattern of the examination and also help you to secure good marks. Okay, let us start our session. Okay, let us start with question number 101. If the area of a circle is A, radius of the circle is R, and circumference of it is C, then the relationship is. Here is the solution. It's a very simple question. When the radius is R, area of the circle is pi r square. A is equal to pi r square, and circumference we know is 2 pi r. C is equal to 2 pi r. Let us divide A with C. Then A by C is equal to pi r square by 2 pi r, which is equal to r by 2. And RC is equal to 2A. So our answer is option number 1. Next question. A and B together can do a piece of work in 6 days. If A can alone do the work in 18 days, the number of days required for B to finish the work is. This is a very basic question of time and work. Here is the solution. Work done by A and B in 1 day is equal to 1 by 6. Because A and B together can do a piece of work in 6 days. Total work they can do in 6 days, and in 1 day they can complete 1/6 of the work. Similarly, work done by A alone in 1 day is equal to 1 by 18. Therefore, work done by B alone in 1 day is nothing but 1 by 6 minus 1 by 18, which is equal to 1 by 9. Therefore, number of days required by B to complete the work is 9 days. Next question. The measure of an angle whose supplement is 3 times as large as complement is. Here is the solution. Let us assume the required angle is X and its complement is Y. When its complement is Y, its supplements become 3Y because it is given the supplement is 3 times as large as complement. So its complement is 3Y. We know the property that sum of the complementary angles is equal to 90 degrees. That means X plus Y is equal to 90 degrees. And we also know the property that sum of supplementary angles is equal to 180 degrees. That means X plus 3Y is equal to 180 degrees. These are the two equations, equation number 1, equation number 2. Let us solve the equation and find out the values of X and Y. On solving, we get X is equal to 45 and Y is equal to 45. Therefore, measure of the given angle is 45 degrees. Next question. The sum of 4 numbers is 48. And when 5 and 1 are added to the first 2 and 3 and 7 are subtracted from the third and fourth, the numbers will be equal. What are the numbers? Let us see the solution. This is the first condition. The sum of 4 numbers is 48 is the first condition. And the second condition is when 5 and 1 are added and 3 and 7 are subtracted, the numbers will be equal. Options C and D are not satisfying the very first condition because the sum of these 4 numbers is not equal to 48 in these two cases. So we can rule out these two options, C and D. So our option is among A and B. Okay, now let us see the second condition. What is the second condition? When we add 5 and 1 to the first 2 numbers and subtract 3 and 7 from third and fourth numbers, the numbers will be equal. What is the sum of 4 numbers? 48 plus 5 plus 1 minus 3 minus 7. That becomes 44. Sum becomes 44 and each number becomes 44 by 4, which is equal to 11. Now let us see these options. In these two options, only B is satisfying this particular condition, because if we add 5 to the first number 6, that becomes 11, and if we add 1 to the second number, that becomes 11. Similarly, if you subtract 3 from 14, that becomes 11, and 7 from 18, that becomes 11. So our answer is option B. Next, question numbers 105 to 108. These are data interpretation questions, and a bar diagram is given. Directions: study the diagram carefully and answer the following 4 questions. The number of production of electronic items, TVs and LCDs in a factory during a period from 2009 to 2013. In this diagram, total production of electronic items is given on y-axis, and year from years 2009 to 2013. That is given as a diagram here, and this blue is TVs, and this one is LCDs in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and this is the production, total number of production. Now let us see the questions. Now we can summarize this bar diagram into this small table format. Let us see this one. The above chart can be tabled as below. TVs in so and so year and LCDs in so and so years. Okay, now let us see the questions. The first question is the ratio of production of LCDs in the year 2011 and 2013 is. If you see the production of LCDs in 2011, it is 9,000 units, and in 2013 it is 12,000 units. Therefore, ratio of LCDs in 2011 and 2013 is equal to 9,000 is to 12,000, which is nothing but 3 is to 4. Next, let us see another question. The difference between average of production of TVs and LCDs from 2009 to 2012. Now, total number of TVs from 2009 to 2011. 2009 to 2012. Let us see the table here. 2009 to 2000. Total number of LCDs. What is total number? Total number of TVs, Here what he is asking is the difference between average of production of TVs and LCDs from 2009 to 2012. First, the total number of TVs from 2009 to 2012 is 6,000 plus 9,000 plus 13,000 plus 11,000, which is equal to 39,000. The total number of TVs from 2009 to 2012 is 39,000, and average is 39,000 by 4, which is equal to 9,750. Similarly, total of LCDs from 2009 to 2012 is 7,000 plus 9,400 plus 9,000 plus 10,000, which is equal to 35,400, and its average is 35,400 by 4, which is equal to 8,850. Therefore, the difference between averages is equal to 9,750 minus 8,850, which is equal to 900. Okay, now let us see the next question, 107. The total number of production of electronic items is maximum in which year? If you see the total of all the years, total number in 2009 is 13,000, and total number in 2010 is 18,400. Similarly, all these years. If you see this data, you can straight away tell that the total number is maximum in the year 2011. So our answer is 2011. Okay. Next, let us see another question. The ratio of production of TVs in the year 2009 and 2010 is ratio of TVs in the year 2009 and 2010. TVs in 2009 is 6000 and TVs in 2010 is 9000. Therefore, the ratio is 6000 is to 9000, which is equal to 2 is to 3. Next question. 18 years ago, the ratio of A's age to B's age was 8 is to 13. Their present ratios are 5 is to 7. What is the present age of A? Let us assume the present age of A and B are 5x and 7x. Because they are in the ratio of 5 is to 7, let us assume 5x and 7x. So 18 years ago, their age must be equal to 5x minus 18 and 7x minus 18. And 18 years ago, their age was in the ratio of 8 is to 13. Therefore, 5x minus 18 by 7x minus 18 is equal to 8 by 13. And 65x minus 234 is equal to 56x minus 144. And x is equal to 10. And what is the present age of A? 5x. Therefore, present age of A is equal to 5 into 10, which is nothing but 50 years. Okay, question number 110. A shopkeeper bought 30 kgs of rice at rupees 70 per kg and 20 kgs of rice at rupees 70.75 per kg. If we mix the two brands and sold the mixture at the rate of 80.50 per kg, what is his gain? This is a very simple question of averages. Now let us see the total buying cost. He bought 30 kgs at the rate of 70 rupees and 20 kgs at 70.75. Okay, total purchase cost is 30 into 70 plus 20 into 70.75, which is equal to rupees 3515. This is the total cost of buying. And he sold the entire thing at the rate of 80.50 per kg. Therefore, total sales value is 50 into 80.50, which is equal to rupees 4025. Now, what is his gain? Total gain is nothing but total sale value minus total cost, which is 4025 minus 3515, which is equal to rupees 510. Next question. What is the arithmetic mean of the first n natural numbers? This is a very simple question, and straight away we have to apply the formula. We know the formula to find out the sum of n natural numbers, which is n into n plus 1 by 2, and the average of it is n into n plus 1 by 2 by n. So our answer is n plus 1 by 2. Next, question number 112 to 114 is data interpretation questions, and pie diagram is given here. Directions. The following pie chart shows the sources of funds to be collected by the National Highway Authority of India for its phase 2 projects. Study the pie chart and answer the following questions. So 3 questions are based on this diagram. Here are the details. National Highway Authority is collecting funds, and the source of funds are external assistance, toll, annuity, market borrowings. These are the figures given. They are the estimated amounts to be collected from different sources for their projects. Okay, now let us see the first question based on this diagram. Okay, question number 112. If National Highway Authority of India could receive a total of 9,695 crores as external assistance, by what percent should it increase the market borrowings to arrange for the shortage of funds? Here, actually estimated collection from external assistance is 11,486 crores. This was expected but this is the amount received. So there is a shortage of amount to the extent of 11,486 minus 9,695, which is equal to rupees 1,791 crores shortage they have received. This is what is the question? This is what percentage of market borrowings. Therefore, percentage increase to be in market borrowings is equal to 1,791 by 29,952 is nothing but market borrowings. 1,791 by 29,952 into 100, which is equal to approximately 6%. Next question. If the toll is to be collected through an outsourced agency by allowing a maximum 10% commission, how much amount should be permitted to be collected by the outsourced agency so that the project is supported with 4,910 crores? Okay, if you see the diagram and the figures, the estimated amount to be collected from toll is 4,910 crores. And the commission to be allowed to the outside agency is 10%. So what is 10% of 4,910 crores? Is 491 crores. Therefore, total amount to be collected by the outsourced agency is 4,910 plus 491, which is equal to 5,401 crores. Next question. The central angle corresponding to market borrowings is, if you see the pie diagram and the figures given, total funds to be collected is 11,486 plus 5,252 plus 4,910 plus 6,000 plus 29,952. That is rupees 57,600 crores is the total amount to be collected from all sources. Now, if you have to find out the angle of market borrowings, we have to find out the ratio of market borrowings in the total amount. Therefore, percentage of market borrowings is equal to 29,952 divided by total, which is 57,600 into 100, which is equal to 52%. So, market borrowings comprises 52% of the total collection. So that means total angle in the central angle, therefore central angle of market borrowings is nothing but total angle is 360 and 52% of 360 is 187.2 degrees. Next question. A pipe can fill a tank in X hours and another pipe can empty it in Y hours. They together can fill it in dash. Here is the solution. First pipe can fill the tank in X hours. That means quantity that can be filled by the first pipe is equal to 1 by X, and similarly quantity that can be emptied by the second pipe in 1 hour is equal to 1 by Y. Therefore, the quantity that can be filled by both the pipes working together in 1 hour is equal to 1 by X minus 1 by Y, which is equal to Y minus X by XY. Therefore, total time taken by both the pipes to fill the tank is equal to XY by Y minus X. Next question. If 2 plus x root 3 is equal to 1 by 2 plus root 3, then the simplest value of x is, this is a Sard's problem. Let us find out the value of this Sard 1 by 2 plus root 3 by using rationalization method. Let us multiply both numerator and denominator with 2 minus root 3. Therefore, 1 by 2 plus root 3 is equal to 2 minus root 3 by 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, which is equal to 2 minus root 3 by 4 minus 3, which is equal to 2 minus root 3. Therefore, this is true. That means 2 plus x root 3 is equal to 1 by 2 plus root 3 is true only when x value is minus 1.
Okay friends, let's continue with the remaining questions in the next part of the series. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to write to us for any further queries at prmrau@gmail.com.